Hey everybody, it's Leslie Reardon here. I'm a Stella Dot Stylist out of Kansas City and so excited to be with you guys today. This is Sadie. She's my dog. She'll be a part of the story in just a minute, which is why I wanted to show her to you. But I wanted to share a little bit with some of you that might be watching who probably have part-time or full-time gigs, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom with kiddos and you've got a really busy life and a full schedule, and you're living your best life and you're wondering how in the world you would have enough time to squeeze something like Stella Dot in. So I just wanted to come on and address that really quick by sharing with you guys my story and my journey to becoming a stylist and kind of where it's taken me. So when I joined as a stylist with Stella Dot, it was 5.5 years ago. I had a girlfriend that joined, and I told her I would host a party, such is life. So the story goes, many of you probably hosted, and I was so excited about it, I just decided to make it my launch party. But when I joined, I was a mom of 3 kids under the age of 6, and I worked a very demanding job in commercial banking where I had direct reports, I managed a business unit, I was traveling a ton, and gone a lot, and served on a board, just like a lot of things going on in my life, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of extra space to take on anything new. In fact, when my sponsor mentioned it to me about becoming a stylist, I literally was like, you are crazy. There is no way I have time. And I finally decided, well, it's just too good of an opportunity to pass up. My business mind kicks in, and if you're wondering if it's too good to be true, it's not. It's really just that good. But anyway, I decided to become a stylist. I didn't really know how much I was going to be able to do because I did have so many other responsibilities, and I got really worried about what people at work would think. Are they thinking that I don't like my job, that I'm not going to be a very good employee? Is this going to be a distraction? Is that what they're thinking? And first of all, looking back, I probably shouldn't have cared so much what other people thought, but that's just human nature, right? Here's what I found, and here's what I wish more employers realized. I think when women take on a side hustle, it sometimes, and I think often actually, makes us better people all the way around for a couple of different reasons. So my mom used to always say, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. So sometimes you add something in your life and it's additive just because you're juggling a lot of balls in the air, and it's just a fun state of mind to be in because you've got always something that you need to be doing, and it's the moments of boredom where I feel like we put things off and we get a little lackadaisical. So there's that. But it also sparked just this enthusiasm in me, this part of this job that's so fun and so stylish and so fashionable. It's a little bit addictive, and it just sparked this part of me that wasn't being tapped into because I was giving all of myself to other people. I was at work doing work stuff. I was in the car commuting, trying to transition and figure out what I was going to make for dinner and return phone calls. And then I'd get home and I was a mom, and at night I might have to log back on and do work. And I was just exhausted giving to other people. Well, this is something that's so flexible. You can do it when and how you want it, but it taps into something that is just for you. And oftentimes it's the busiest people that work the full-time job or 2 part-time jobs or have a boatload of kids that need something extra. And even though you're adding something extra to your plate, I find that this is additive and not depleting. That's what my experience is for myself. That's what I've seen. A boatload of stylists that have joined my team have said that. You don't realize it going in, but once you're on the other side, you see. Having this fun, stylish side hustle makes me feel better about myself. It gives me joy. It makes me feel more confident when I walk out of the house, and even when I'm going to the gym, I got my covet necklace on and my Addy poncho, and I got my sparkle studs, and I feel good. So that in and of itself, that state of mind that the happiness factor gives you is a ripple effect into other areas of your life. So I found that I actually worked harder and did better and had some of my best performing years back at the bank, the couple of years when I was doing Stella Dot as a side gig. So I just want to address that because I know a lot of people work full-time, work part-time, and you're worried about adding this in. Think about it, maybe flip the dialogue in your mind and think about how this could make you feel more your authentic self and more spirited and joyful in your life, which spills over into every other category. Hey, Kelly, thanks. So the other thing that I wanted to share, this is kind of part B of my message. I don't know what it was, but when I would rarely had the opportunity to drop my kids off at school when I was working full time, because most of the time a nanny came and she got them off to school. Every now and again, I'd be able to drop them off at school, and I would be kind of on the route back to my house, and I drive by this little pond. And I would see a handful of what I presumed were stay-at-home moms who had just dropped their kids off that were walking their dog around this pond. And I swear, you guys, every time I would see it, I would just get this pang of like, oh man, how nice would it be to like, you know, walk my dog. P.S. didn't have a dog back then. Have a dog, be able to walk it, and just set my own schedule versus running this rat race all the time. So although I was a hobbyist and stylist and worked full time for 2.5 years, like I worked full time for a long, long time doing this job, and that's possible. But something shifted in my life, and I realized I wanted to take a different track. So I threw the mic down in my corporate career almost 3 years ago, and not necessarily to pursue Stella and Dot, but I had it there, and so I leaned into it. And one of the most satisfying things in my life, something that brings me tremendous joy, I almost get emotional talking about it. The dog that you saw a minute ago, we got the dog. I now pursue Stella Dot full time, and I love this. I'm entrepreneurial. I work hard, and I love it, and I'm self-driven, and I set my own schedule, and it's flexible, and it works for me, and I love it. But guess what? I went to the gym this morning. I got my workout in first thing, and I took my dog around the pond on this walk. And every time I do it, I'm so grateful that I have this job that I can work as a full-time job, or I could flex way back and just be a hobbyist, but it's my decision and my choice, and it works for me. And I design my day the way that I want to. So anyway, I wanted you guys to see the dog and bring this full circle so you can kind of see all the different possibilities across the spectrum of how this can fit into your life and elevate it no matter what you've got on your plate today. So I don't know how much time this has taken. I've probably been rambling on way too long, so I'm going to cut it loose. But if you're on here watching this and you're not yet a stylist, somebody out there invited you here because they think you're amazing. And let's just celebrate you for a minute for jumping on and keeping your mind open to this possibility. I sure hope you give it some thought and you try it out, because like Michelle said before me, what's the worst thing that could happen? You know, I mean, you walk away with a few $100s in jewels and money that you didn't have before, and at least you gave it a try. So congrats to you for hopping on this. I sure hope I get to meet you and see your face and celebrate you for becoming a stylist, because it's the best place to be. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Can't wait to hear from the next speaker and hear more stories. Chat soon.